Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. We're about to dive into a report that sounds like it is about to get kicked off the trading block, and boy do we have some juicy details for you, so buckle up because we're decoding what could be a company's last stand on a major stock exchange. We're looking at Gulf Resources Incorporated. And let's just say they've been dancing with danger regarding their stock market listing. You might think this is just boring corporate stuff, but trust me, this is a real life drama with millions of dollars and investor futures on the line. And if you like getting these kinds of unfiltered looks at company reports, make sure you are subscribed and consider joining our Discord community linked in the description below. It is a great place to share your thoughts and learn more. This is a report from Gulf Resources Incorporated, a company that has been around for a bit, incorporated in Nevada. Now, usually these reports are dry as toast, but this one has a bit of a scare factor. It is a Form 8K, which is like a current report of big news. And the big news here, they've received a delisting determination letter. It is the 7th of November 2025, and the Nasdaq, which is a big stock market, has told Gulf Resources that their stock is scheduled to be delisted. That means their shares would be taken off the main Nasdaq capital market. Imagine your company's stock, the thing that represents its value to investors, being removed from one of the most well-known exchanges. That is a major blow. The Nasdaq staff, which are like the enforcers of the market rules, sent a letter saying the company didn't meet a specific rule, listing rule 5550 at 2 by their deadline. This rule, in simple terms, is often about maintaining a minimum stock price. If your stock price gets too low, exchanges can decide you are not a suitable company to trade on their platform because it might signal financial trouble or a lack of investor confidence. The company was given a deadline to fix this, and they missed it. So the date that was circled in red was the 11th of November 2025. That was the day their securities were supposed to be kicked off. Now, for investors, this is obviously a huge red flag. It can make it harder to sell your shares, and the perceived value of the stock can plummet. But here is where the story gets interesting, because companies often have ways to fight back. Gulf Resources had already done a 1-for-10 reverse stock split. Think of it like this: if you had 10 shares worth $1 each, after a 10-for-1 split, you'd have one share worth $10. The goal of a reverse stock split is usually to artificially boost the stock price to meet exchange requirements. They did this on the 27th of October, 2025. Even though they got the delisting notice, they didn't just accept it. On the 7th of November 2025, they filed an appeal asking for a hearing with the Nasdaq hearings panel. This panel is like a court for listing issues. The company is basically saying, hold on, we have a plan, please give us another chance. At this hearing, Gulf Resources plans to present their plan to get back in line with listing rule 5550 A2. They're hoping the panel will accept their strategy, but, and this is a big but, there is no guarantee. The panel could still decide to delist them. This part of the report is full of that corporate hedge language. Like, there can be no assurance. It means don't bet your shirt on it, but the very act of appealing and presenting a plan shows they are fighting to stay listed. Let's look at what is actually registered with the stock exchange. Their common stock, with a very small par value of 5/10 thousandths of a dollar, trades under the symbol GER, and it is listed on the Nasdaq capital market. This is the battleground. The whole reason we're looking at this is because this is a filing with the US Securities and Exchange Commission, or CC. They're the federal agency that oversees the US securities markets, and companies have to report important information to them. This is how investors get to see what is going on, even when things get a little dicey. Now, they also include this standard disclaimer, which is basically them saying, hey, anything we say about the future is just our best guess and things could go wrong. They're warning us that their ability to stay on the Nasdaq is uncertain. They mention risks related to many factors, including those in their past filings with the SEC, like their 2025 annual report. This is standard practice to cover themselves legally. Finally, we get to the signatures. This confirms that the company is officially acknowledging this report. It is signed by Min Lee, who holds the title of Chief Financial Officer. This is their way of saying, yes, we've filed this, and this is the information we are providing. The 7th of November 2025 is the date of this filing, showing how recent this potential crisis is. So what is the big picture here? Gulf Resources Incorporated is in a fight for its life on the stock market. They missed a deadline to keep their stock price above a certain level, which triggered a delisting notice from the Nasdaq. They've done a reverse stock split, which is a common tactic to artfully raise the stock price, and they've appealed the decision. The outcome is uncertain, and that uncertainty is a major source of risk for investors. The management is clearly aware of the precarious situation, as shown by their cautious language and the appeal process. They're essentially asking for a lifeline, and it is now in the hands of the Nasdaq hearings panel. Now, looking at this more broadly, Gulf Resources Incorporated has found itself in a bind. The fact that they're facing delisting suggests that the market's perception of their company's value, as reflected in their stock price, has been low for a sustained period. A reverse stock split is a cosmetic fix, and while it can help meet listing requirements, it doesn't address the underlying business issues that might be causing the low stock price. The company's future on the Nasdaq capital market hinges on the outcome of the hearing and the plan they present. If they fail to convince the panel, they could be delisted, which would significantly impact their ability to raise capital and the liquidity for their existing shareholders. The biggest risk here is the delisting itself and the further erosion of investor confidence it would cause. The opportunity, however small, lies in successfully navigating this appeal and demonstrating a clear path to sustained compliance and improved financial health. Alright, that is our breakdown of this critical filing from Gulf Resources Incorporated. What is your take on their situation and their chances of staying on the Nasdaq? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this deep dive valuable, please hit that like button and subscribe for more corporate secrets revealed. And don't forget to check out our Discord channel in the description for more discussions like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next decode.